Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. So my name is Paulo, and today we're going to be talking about on how much can you actually earn in the Netherlands. Okay, so before we jump into the details, just a bit of background. Okay, so on my previous video I spoke about the growing in impressive rate of Salesforce, okay, CRM. Okay, so on the back of that also, and if you take into consideration the impact of COVID-19, okay, that essentially fast track everything that has to do with digital transformation and almost like between brackets force the companies to be much more connected to the customers in a different way, okay, and then the consequence of that was essentially a bigger demand and a big push in terms of CRM solutions, but also of CRM professionals. Okay, as a consequence of that, actually, it's expected that the Salesforce economy generates roughly 9.3 million, okay, of jobs until 2026. Okay, so if you want to know a bit more about that, take a look into the link. Okay, on my previous video essentially I explain how is it that that will happen and how is it that you also can land on a job earning more than 50k, or if you prefer more than 4,000 euros a month. Also, if you want to know a bit more about how is it that is the living in the Netherlands, I lived in the Netherlands before, so if you want to know more about that, I'll drop there a link as well on working abroad, specifically speaking in the Netherlands. Okay, so take a look into that one. So today we're going to be jumping then specifically on the CRM side of things, but I will give you a bit an overview on how much is expected that you're going to be earning in the Netherlands. Okay, so stick around if you want to know more. Okay, let's then talk about the next step. Okay, so the next step is about money, of course, but before we actually jump into it, I'll give you a bit of background with regards to Salesforce. Okay, so I've been working on Salesforce since 2012, give or take, okay, across different countries. Okay, and this is based on my experience, okay, across those countries and also based on those years of work up to now, where I'm leading a wider team with high complex kind of projects. Okay, so with regards to that, normally I would say that you can group it into 4 different tracks. Okay, and I'm doing this so that you can actually understand what is it that you fit better. Okay, so looking into that, so essentially you have the admin track, okay, you have the developer track, you have also I would say the consultant track, and last but not least the architect. Okay, so what is it that each and every one of those actually do, and then I'm going to be talking about then the money that is related, or the salary that is connected to each of those tracks. Okay, so if we take a look into the admin, so what is the expectation from an admin? What is it that you actually do? Okay, so essentially, as the name says, you are the administrator of the platform. It's expected for you to give training, to do troubleshooting, to do high-level customization and configuration as well, but also to give some best practices in terms of the users of that given platform. They could be sales, they could be marketing guys, or eventually service guys, or for instance, C-level people, top management, etc. Okay, so that's the admin track. Then you have the other one that is around the developers. Okay, so developers, normally speaking, they are the ones that work on code, deeper, let's say, automation, okay, with process builders, with flows and things like that. But also, of course, they write code, okay, with the Apex and eventual Visual Force, Aura components and things like that. Okay, so, but essentially the developers are the ones that build the code around the platform. Okay, and also do heavier customization or automation. Okay, then you're gonna move into the third track, okay, that is around the consultants. Okay, so the expectation is that the consultants will be a kind of an hybrid kind of people or person or professional, or whatever you'd like to put it, someone that actually understands the technical side but also the business side, and also the platform, let's put it like that. Okay, so a consultant is expected that he or she would give the advice on how is it that you can actually translate a business need into a Salesforce solution. Okay, so that could be applied into the marketing side, sales side, or the service side. Okay, high level. Okay, it's also expected that the consultants actually do business requirements, that they can actually advise on what is it that could be the solution. Okay, and most likely they also do the bridge between on this case specifically speaking, on the developers and also on the business users, okay, or eventual stakeholders, okay. But that's the role a bit of the consultant. And then lastly, you have the architects, okay. So the architects are essentially the ones that at a higher level actually have an understanding of how is it that the puzzle is put together, okay, across the entire platform or even across different clouds. Like you can actually work with marketing cloud, sales cloud, service cloud, or eventually you can work with experience cloud as well, or any other cloud. And this person needs to be the one that orchestrates how things are, okay. So just one tip so that you can actually understand the importance of the architect up to now, so that you have a number. You have roughly 1,600 give or take certifications around architects in Salesforce, okay. And if you take into consideration the gigantic need and demand in terms of Salesforce, then you can understand that we're actually talking about the 1%, okay. So that's normally what we within Salesforce we speak about when we talk about architects. We speak about the 1% because they are so few. Okay, so we are talking about people that actually are certified architects. Okay, so based on this and after giving you a high level of those 4 tracks, okay, let's move then into the last, let's say, part of this episode. We're going to be actually sharing with you what are the numbers, the money, the salary that you can actually expect to have in the Netherlands. Okay, so stick around if you want to know more. Okay, so let's then talk about money. So how much can you actually expect to earn in CRM in the Netherlands? Okay, before we jump into the details, I'm going to give you a bit of context. So how much is an average salary in the Netherlands? What's the average salary in the Netherlands? So the average salary is around 36K. Okay, so that translates, give or take, into 2,800 a month. Okay. And if you're looking to move into the CRM space, or if you're already working on the CRM space, you will understand that you're going to get above that. Okay. So what I will do is then connect this this question, let's say, how much can you actually earn, into the 4 tracks that we spoke about, okay, previously. So, and aside from that, what I'll do, I'll add a few more dimensions, meaning I will talk about from a perspective of a junior profile and from a senior profile, so that you have a better understanding of how much can you actually earn. Okay, so let's start from the beginning. Admin, okay. Let's take the example of a junior admin. Let's consider that you are a junior admin or are looking for such a position. You should expect to get in the Netherlands a roughly around 2,500 a month. Okay, so you're going to be slightly below what is the average salary, but not that much. But looking forward, what you can expect is for you to get around 4,000 or even higher than that. But that's the expectation if you move into a more of a senior position. Let's move then into the next one. Let's talk about consultants, okay? And on this one, I'll add one extra. So we're going to be talking about specifically about Sales Cloud consultants and then the Marketing Cloud consultants. And within this, junior and also seniors, but also I will break this down into more technical consultants and more functional consultants. So looking then into Sales Cloud, so you should expect to get roughly around 2,800, so the average salary, and then you can actually grow into get around about 4,500. Okay, so the same is for functional or technical consultants. But normally speaking, if you are a technical consultant, you should expect actually to earn a bit more.
Okay, looking then into Marketing Cloud. So Marketing Cloud is quite in demand. Okay, so the expectation is that you should be earning a bit more than the 2000 and 500, 800. So you should be expecting to earn a bit more, roughly 200 euros more, around that. And if you grow into a more of a senior position, you should be expecting also to earn around 4,500 euros, roughly around that. Okay. Moving forward, talking about developers. Okay, so if you are a developer, you should be expecting to get around 3,800 around those nodes, 3,500, roughly around that. And then if you're going to move into a more of a senior position, you should expect to earn more than 5,000, okay, or roughly around 5,000, 5,400, roughly around those lines. And then moving forward, let's talk about the architects, okay, the 1%. Okay, so if you are part of this group of people, you should be expecting to get around 5,000 euros if you are a more of a senior position, okay, or a bit more than 5,000 euros if you are a technical architect or a solution architect. It's highly likely that the technical architect is going to get a bit more than the solution architect, but this is more or less the expectation. Okay, but if you move more towards a senior position, the expectation is that you're going to be earning 6, 7,000, 8,000, or even more a month. Okay, it will depend a bit on your level of experience, and sum that up, and then you're gonna get a very nice and round package. Okay, but this is the expectation. Okay, but I'll give you more than this, so I'll give you actually a bonus. Okay, so I'm gonna be talking about two other positions. So one is of the tester and the other one is the project manager, both of which are in high demand. Okay, the project manager more than the tester, but nevertheless, talking about the tester. So the tester is actually the lowest paid position, let's put it like that, within the Salesforce world, most likely, and you should be expecting to get roughly around 2,500 or a bit more than that if you're a tester. Then if you are a project manager and if you are a junior project manager, you should expect to get around 3,500, roughly around those lines. Okay, and then if you become more of a senior project manager, the expectation is that you're going to get more than 5,000, 5,400, 500, around those lines, or even more. It will depend on your level, but also on your level of knowledge, management, and also being able to deliver on time and with success. Okay. One note that I would like just to underline here. Okay, if you're looking to move into this position, a project manager, take a look into this link. I'll drop it there. Take a look where I'm talking about tech project managers versus generalist project managers. The reason for this is that if you are coming into this world and if you are more of generalistic general project manager, it will be a bit more painful. So if you're going to move into the CRM world, into the Salesforce world, you need to be more of a tech project manager. Okay, and if you want to know more about it, just click on the link and to know more. Okay.
So to close the bonus track, so on the next episode, I'm going to be talking about Belgium, okay, and how much can you actually earn in Belgium, okay. I worked and live in Belgium for roughly 4 years, okay, so hopefully I can help you on that front as well, okay. So aside from that, also, if you want to know a bit more about CRM, if you have doubts, questions, you are considering going into CRM or you're already working on CRM, but you want to know what should be your next step in order for you to get to that level or even higher, okay, I'm here for you. Feel free to reach out, drop on comments below. I will reply and address your questions, okay. And aside from that, just saying thank you once more. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe, join me on this journey of knowledge sharing and exchange of knowledge as well. Okay, so that's it for today. Hopefully this was an interesting session. Okay, take care. Peace.